1,000 shops, 1,000,000 passers-by. Office blocks which reach up to the sky. Buses, cars and motorbikes, taxi cabs at traffic lights. It pulls you in and gives no reason why. This is Liverpool. It climbs into your body and your soul. This is Liverpool, built from concrete bricks and rock and roll. The town we knew is hard to recognize. You may find you can't believe your eyes. With every ever-changing face of every old familiar place, it's guaranteed to take you by surprise. This is Liverpool. It climbs into your body and your soul. This is Liverpool, built from concrete bricks and rock and roll. Yeah, this is Liverpool. It climbs into your body and your soul. Yeah, this is Liverpool, built from concrete bricks and rock and roll. Rock and roll, rock and roll. No matter what they move or rearrange, we love it all and that will never change. For this is Liverpool. It climbs into your body and your soul. This is Liverpool, built from concrete bricks and rock and roll. Built from concrete bricks and rock and roll. Built from concrete bricks and rock and roll. Rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll.
Yes, this is Liverpool. There is no simple way to describe this incredible city. It is known worldwide for its music, its football, its humour, and its fascinating history. But you have to actually visit here and sample its unique atmosphere to really appreciate its virtues. Recent years have seen drastic changes to its famous waterfront and surrounding area, mainly due to it gaining the title of European Capital of Culture in 2008. Liverpool was founded as a borough in 1207, but it was only in 1880 it was granted city status, when 40% of the world's trade was passing through its docks. In 2007, it celebrated its 800th anniversary. The onlooker will have noticed the sudden appearance of new buildings, which somehow seem to dwarf the original familiar ones. So let's take a look at the new Liverpool, which, if you haven't seen for a while, will certainly take you by surprise. One major change is the recent construction of a canal which runs between the front of the Liver buildings and the Mersey waterfront. It is an extension to the Leeds-Liverpool Canal and terminates through a tunnel into Canning Dock. The work on this masterpiece was completed in March 2009 at a cost of £22 million. The original canal ended at the north end of Prince's Dock. A new lock and fixed bridge brings it into Prince's Dock, the south end of which takes it via another short tunnel to Pier Head. Between the canal and the river is part of the Beatles Story Museum, which we will see later. This is a tribute to the 4 local lads who made musical history. So, let's take a short detour around the city where it all began.
If you wanna be a day tripper on a magical mystery tour, here, there and everywhere you'll find what you're looking for. Memories are your ticket to ride, and they're all along the way. Every street you walk down echoes yesterday. Matthew Street's got magic in the air. Legends of the past which you can share. Familiar names upon a wall will always help us to recall the days when rock and roll was everywhere. If you wanna be a day tripper on a magical mystery tour, here, there and everywhere you'll find what you're looking for. Memories are your ticket to ride, and they're all along the way. Every street you walk down echoes yesterday. Now strawberry fields is hard to recognize, but Penny Lane's still in our ears and eyes. They live forever in a song. They'll always stay where they belong, beneath the sometimes blue suburban skies. If you wanna be a day tripper on a magical mystery tour, here, there and everywhere you'll find what you're looking for. Memories are your ticket to ride, and they're all along the way. Every street you walk down echoes yesterday. Stand on any corner and you'll feel the atmosphere. You'll see the reason why it could have only happened here. If you wanna be a day tripper on a magical mystery tour, here, there and everywhere you'll find what you're looking for. Memories are your ticket to ride, and they're all along the way. Every street you walk down echoes yesterday.
Liverpool's reputation as a regional shopping centre in recent years has been seriously under threat, but not anymore. The construction of the Liverpool One shopping, residential and leisure centre has given Liverpool a dramatic lift in its rankings in the British retail industry. Building began in 2004 and was completed in 2009. With over 160 stores and services, it is the largest shopping centre in the county. Originally known as the Paradise Project, it covers 42 acres of redeveloped land just south of Pier Head and east of Albert Dock. Here you shop, drink, dine or simply relax and take in the atmosphere. Those who remember streets such as Paradise Street, Hanover Street and South John Street certainly won't recognise them now, as they have been projected into the 21st century. It is, however, the redevelopment along the waterfront which has totally transformed the familiar face of Liverpool. Everything happened so quickly, and it all takes you somewhat by surprise as you look along the shoreline. So let's take a closer look at the old and new creations, so when you see them from a distance, you'll know what they are. To the south, we have the stunning Echo Arena, which was opened in January 2008, and the BT Convention Centre, which was opened in April of the same year. The Convention Centre has a total exhibition space of 7,000 square metres, and this is the only design of its kind in Europe. The Echo Arena hosts indoor sports events and concerts and can accommodate up to 11,000 people. The arena's next door neighbour is the Albert Dock, which is a complex of dock buildings and warehouses and was opened in 1846. The Albert Dock was the first structure in Britain to be built from cast iron, brick and stone with no structural wood, making it the first non-combustible warehouse system in the world. Part of the buildings on the southern end of the dock host the other half of the Beatles Story Museum, seen earlier on Pier Head. Here you can literally walk through the rise to fame of this amazing band. In 1848, the docks were modified to feature the world's first hydraulic cranes. However, with the rapid development of shipping technology over the following 50 years, requiring larger and more open docks, its importance declined. The complex was damaged during the May Blitz of 1941, and due to financial problems and the general decline of docking in the city, its future was left uncertain, and in 1972 the dock was finally closed. But redevelopment began in 1981 with the formation of the Merseyside Redevelopment Corporation, and Albert Dock was officially reopened in 1988. Today it is a major tourist attraction, and the docking complex and warehouses comprise the largest single collection of Grade 1 listed buildings anywhere in the UK. We then arrive at the famous Three Graces, which consist of the Liver Building, the Cunard Building and the Port of Liverpool Building. These impressive structures were built on the site of the former George's Dock, which was closed and filled in by the Mersey Docks and Harbour Board in 1898. Next to these is the brand new Museum of Liverpool, which will open or has opened in 2011, depending on when you watch this film. The Port of Liverpool building was built between 1904 and 1907 at a cost of £250,000 and was the headquarters for the Mersey Docks and Harbour Board for 87 years. It is now residential and office space. To the rear of the building is the air vent for the Queensway Tunnel. The middle grace is the Cunard Building, which was built between 1914 and 1917 as the offices of the Cunard Shipping Company, now in Southampton, It is now the residence of the Merseyside Pension Services and various organisations. Then we have the magnificent Liver building. The Liver birds are 18 feet high and have a 12-foot wingspan. They are cormorants or griffins, and it is believed they took their name from the liver seaweed they grasp in their beaks. This is one of the first buildings in the world to be constructed of reinforced concrete. Construction began in 1908 and was completed in 1911. When the clocks were installed, they were the largest in the UK, and with their copper hands, they stand 220 feet above street level. The familiar pierhead floating landing stage, which rose and fell with the tide, recently went down but didn't come up again, so a temporary one now serves the ferry service. The next landmark is the Church of Our Lady and St. Nicholas, or St. Nick's as it is affectionately known locally. There has been a church on this site since 1257, and there's been many alterations over the centuries. Next door to St. Nick's is the Atlantic Tower Hotel, which was built in 1975 and is flanked by the Unity building. One block is offices, the other is residential. The penthouses on the top are humorously described locally as the porter cabin. Next, we have the Crown Plaza Hotel, which was built in 1998, has 4 floors, 159 rooms and an on-site car park. Behind this is the Capital multi-storey car park with 1,100 secure parking spaces. This stands over the dock exit of the Queensway Tunnel. Next to the Capital car park is the Liverpool Daily Post and Echo building, which is overlooked by the Plaza Hotel. But these are dwarfed by Liverpool's highest building, the West Tower apartment block. It has 40 floors. The first 5 constitute the headquarters of the Beatles organisation, the remaining ones being apartments except for the 34th floor, which is the highest restaurant in Britain. There are 116 bedroom apartments and 7 penthouse apartments. Next to the West Tower is the Ulysses office block, which provides insurance services. This stands shoulder to shoulder with the Radisson Hotel, which has 194 rooms. This 9-storey building was opened in 2004. Between the Radisson Hotel and the river is the recently renovated Prince's Dock, the south of which is overlooked by the previously seen Crown Plaza, next to which is the 128-room Malmaison Hotel, which was opened in 2007 at a cost of £24 million. The building next to this is a multi-storey car park. Further along this side of the dock, we find the Prince's Dock Apartments, which were originally known as City Lofts. The North Tower has 20 floors of residential apartments and the South Tower has 10. The huge structure next to this and on the northern end of the dock is the Alexandra Tower block, which was built between 2005 and 2008 and has 27 floors and 201 flats. To the north is the famous Dockland, which has played its part in this city's history. To our right are apartment blocks converted from the original warehouses. From here we can return to Pier Head along a new roadway called Prince's Parade. The buildings along here are office blocks and apartments with a wonderful unobstructed view from the edge of the river. So let's take another look at this amazing waterfront, so you can perhaps now see it in a different light. From south to north, we have the BT Convention Centre and Echo Arena, then the Albert Dock Complex, and the futuristic Museum of Liverpool. Then the Three Graces, which are, from right to left, the Port of Liverpool building with the Mersey Tunnel vent behind it, the Cunard building and the Liver building. St Nick's Church is next, then the Atlantic Tower Hotel, flanked by the Unity building with the penthouses on the top. And yes, it does resemble a porter cabin. Then there is the Capital multi-storey car park, in front of which is the Crown Plaza Hotel. Next to the Capital car park is the Liverpool Daily Post and Echo building, overlooked by the Plaza Hotel. Then we have in the foreground the Prince's Parade office block, behind which is the Malmaison Hotel, above which is the continuation of the Capital multi-storey car park. This in turn is overlooked by the West Tower apartment block and the Ulysses building. Then we have a clear view of the Radisson Hotel, in front of which is the Prince's Dock Apartments and the awesome Alexandra Tower block at the end of Prince's Parade and its office buildings. So now you know. This really is a wonderful corner of the world.
Merseyside, Merseyside.